Let's talk about vacuum erection devices. If pills aren't working, this is a drug-free alternative that actually boasts a success rate of up to 90%. This is an especially important tool if you are dealing with nerve damage after surgery or if you simply don't respond to traditional ED medications. The device applies a steady mechanical force to override biological roadblocks and restore physical function. But before you buy one, we need to do a reality check. Because the erection you get from a vacuum device is mechanically driven, it is going to be different from a natural one. Let's look at this matrix to see exactly what changes. First, because the device works by pulling blood into the area from the outside, the skin will often feel noticeably cooler to the touch. Second, that trapped blood can alter the visual appearance. It is very common for the skin to take on a darker or bluish hue while using the device. If you see these temperature and color changes, don't panic. They are entirely normal, fully expected, and completely safe. But here is the core dilemma. Just buying a medical-grade device does not guarantee you that 90% success rate. Whether it actually works for you depends entirely on matching the physical mechanics of the pump to your specific hand strength, mobility, and patience level. If you buy a complex system when you need simplicity, or a manual pump when your grip strength is low, you will have a frustrating failed experience. The tool only works if the hardware matches the user. Let's break down the hardware. Every vacuum device relies on three working parts: a cylinder going over the penis, a pump to create suction, and a constriction ring to hold the blood in place. Your first major decision is how you want to generate that vacuum suction. We can map this choice on a flowchart, starting with one central question. Do you have restricted hand mobility? If your answer is no, you follow this path to a manual pump system. This requires active, repetitive hand squeezing to manually build up the vacuum pressure. The advantage here is control. As you squeeze, you have absolute authority over the speed and intensity of the pressure. That precise control makes manual pumps incredibly safe for cautious beginners. But the trade-off is the physical effort. If you have arthritis or hand fatigue, that repetitive squeezing quickly becomes a barrier. That brings us to the alternative on our chart. If you do have restricted mobility, you follow the yes path to the battery or automatic device. Instead of pumping by hand, you simply press and hold a single button to initiate a continuous vacuum. The primary benefit here is that it completely eliminates physical exertion and the need for grip strength. The motor does the heavy lifting. The downside is that automatic pumps cost more, and you sacrifice microcontrol. Because the motor pulls constantly, the pressure can build up too fast if you aren't paying close attention. Ultimately, choosing your pump mechanism means deciding exactly what you value more: the absolute safety of manual control or the physical convenience of a battery. Once you create the vacuum, you still need to maintain the seal and keep the erection. That comes down to sizing and constriction rings. Some models are multi-cylinder systems, meaning they come with various tube sizes that require a trial and error process to test out. Once you complete that process, you get a superior custom vacuum seal tailored perfectly to your body. The trade-off is the learning curve. Testing different tubes frustrates beginners who just want immediate results, but it delivers the most efficient performance over the long term. Then there is the constriction ring itself. This technical illustration shows the two ways rings work: a preloaded ring that sits directly on the end of the cylinder versus a standard roll-down ring that is placed separately. A preloaded ring system lets you rapidly slide the rings straight from the cylinder to the base the exact moment an erection is achieved. This drastically cuts down the learning curve for beginners. However, it limits your on-the-fly flexibility if you need to adjust the ring's position later. No matter which pump, cylinder, or ring you choose, there is a universal safety baseline that applies to all of them. Looking at this timeline, you have a strict wear time limit. The constriction ring can be worn for an absolute maximum of 30 minutes. Anything past that risks severe tissue damage. And prior to that 30-minute window, you have a strict pacing rule. The actual pumping phase must be done very slowly over a dedicated 5 to 7 minutes to ensure safe blood flow. When you add those rules together, the reality is that vacuum devices remove spontaneity from intimacy. You are strictly operating on the clock. The hard truth is that when men say a vacuum device failed them, it is almost always a technique failure. Things like poor seals, or loose rings, or pumping way too fast. Medical-grade devices inherently work. Preventing user error simply requires you to be honest about your own physical limitations when you buy one. To figure out exactly what you need, let's map these hardware options onto an audience scorecard divided into 3 user profiles: the cautious beginner, the mobility restricted, and the long-term optimizer. Profile 1 is the cautious beginner. You prioritize safety and want the easiest possible learning curve. For you, the ideal setup is a manual pump with pre-loaded rings. This maximizes pressure control while keeping the transfer simple. Profile 2 is the mobility restricted user. You might be dealing with arthritis, nerve damage, or low grip strength. Your best option is the automatic pump. It bypasses physical barriers entirely, letting the battery do what your hands can't. Profile 3 is the long-term optimizer. You plan to use the device regularly, prioritizing exact precision over immediate ease of use. You should choose a multi-cylinder adjustable system. You trade initial setup frustration for a perfectly tailored custom fit. Long-term success with a vacuum device requires accepting the loss of spontaneity. It means mastering the specific hardware that fits your body and treating the device as a reliable mechanical procedure rather than a magic fix.